We do have some kind of a bond, yeah. I could be a block away. They all come flying to me. How could they distinguish me from another human being? How would they know? It's just amazing, you know? No pigeons up here. Although there's a few sparrows. Yeah, there's a lot of sparrows, but no pigeons. But I'm sure as soon as I start to throw some bird seed, the pigeons will come. People are really turned against pigeons, and there's no need to be because pigeons are very sweet, lovable birds. They say that they're dirty and they're not. They say they carry disease and they do not. That's false propaganda perpetuated by the Pigeon Extermination Company and probably by New York City landlords who don't want them roosting on the buildings. People come and they bait and net pigeons, they throw seeds around, and they carry them over the state lines to Pennsylvania where they're used for pigeon shoots. You know, it's just amazing that they've survived for so long, you know, in spite of all these major obstacles that they face. You know, eventually there'll be no food and no habitat for them in New York City, and they might, you know, they just might leave on their own. I certainly wish I was a bird in some way, you know, free of all those cumbersome things that keep us in one place. They're just creatures of beauty. This is Nicole Bader of the Maury Povich Show. Are you available tomorrow to bring a pigeon to be on the Maury Povich Show? It's a show about phobias. I said, oh no, you know, I could have had a pigeon. I could have been on the Maury Povich Show. And I could have put a big plug in for National Pigeon Day, June 13th, you know. A close friend of mine had passed away, and I was walking in the park. I had a few breadcrumbs in a bag right across the street from where I live, and I was approached by two burly looking women who said they were volunteers for the Parks Department. One grabbed the bag from me. There was a scuffle between me and this woman. It got really ugly. She went to the police, and she said I attacked her. It was just very unfortunate, but also, you know, without this incident, I never would have probably started a bird club. Pigeons really need friends and supporters. Before I started National Pigeon Day, most people didn't even know that birds were used in wars as messengers and served mankind. It's a positive portrayal of pigeons. It's a fun day, it's a pigeon day, and hopefully we'll hold it on June 13th for a long time to come. Just like there is a day for Martin Luther King, for past presidents, certainly these birds are deserving of a holiday of their own. Yeah, I guess so. They're up there actually, so.
I mean, pretend as if they all just flew away.
Oh, they all just flew away?
Yeah.
Oh,
So kind
I
of
don't know. Like what?
like follow their path,
Oh.
watch them fly out.
My friends?
Your friend that passed away.
Oh, well, he wasn't involved with pigeons. He was a New York City landlord, actually, which is really funny. You know, he liked wildlife too. We would go to the country and feed them. You know, we'd buy food and feed them. Well, I'd feed them and he'd watch actually, but he also thought it was nice to feed them. you know, he was against animals being used on television, animals being exploited for money. And it's funny, you know, because he's not like the typical landlord that hates birds and hates pigeons. He was, you know, humanitarian, and he liked animals, and he liked them in the true sense. He was a really good person. You know, it was really upsetting when he passed away. You know, maybe it was just karma. It was just something that was meant to be. Who knows? Certainly, if he didn't pass away, if I wasn't feeding the birds, if I wasn't accosted by the volunteers, I never would have started this club. And maybe, you know, I helped a few birds along the way. I helped a few pet store birds. I helped the, you know, animal rights organizations indirectly. And I don't know. Something to think about anyways. Oh, my hair's all wet. That's okay. No, I don't care. I'm just wondering how it's going to look. Bad situations, you know, you think it's a bad situation, and then, you know, something good comes out of it, hopefully.